The Department of Justice releasing its remaining documents from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Deputy Attorney General Todd Bland saying the records will be posted throughout the day, including more than 2,000 videos, more than 180,000 images. Some of the material so explicit, you have to verify being an adult before you can actually access it.
Many of Epstein's survivors have been publicly pushing for years.
Hey, bro, not the DOJ hitting you like, all right, man, is you 18 and older? And then you click into one file. All right, are you 21 and older? Because now it gets really crazy. And you're like, oh, shit. Okay, now, if you need, parental supervision to access the Epstein files.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
To have these documents come out, but it took a law passed with near unanimous support in Congress to finally bring these documents to light.
Victims of Mr. Epstein have gone through unspeakable pain, and there's nobody that should say anything differently. And I to the extent that there's frustration, I understand where that comes from, just from what we know about Mr. Epstein. I hope that the work that the men and women within this department have done over the past 2 months hopefully is able to bring closure.
CNN's Evan Perez is here with us now. And Evan, there's been a lot of speculation about President Trump being named in these files. And we're learning now the FBI actually compiled a list of allegations related to the president back in August. What are you learning?
Right. So this was in 2025 that the FBI compiled a list of all of these sexual assault allegations that involved the president of the United States, that some of them stretch back years, decades, that were associated with this case. And we don't know what of anything is actually credible here. As a matter of fact, we believe that a lot of these could not be verified. Some of them were second and third hand accounts that people were relating things, and that's the way the FBI works, right? Some of this.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and actually read some of this off for you guys, because I do got some of them right here. Prepare your ears, put away the children. Said media is actually usually an 18 and up channel anyway, but we try to.
Now it's a 21 and up channel.
Exactly. So, all right. So he measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elderly men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald Trump, and forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. Yeesh. Like I said,
read that. Run that through one more time.
Yeah, you wanted the guest part or the whole thing?
No. Where you start talking about people, keep the disgustingness out of it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
The guests were elderly men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, and were there. Attorney General Alan Dershowitz, which was Epstein's lawyer, was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. Don't really know who he is. We were taken in a room, forced to give oral sex to Donald J. Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present.
Hold up.
Where'd you find that?
Bro, apparently this is what's been circling around all over X. Like all over. Like Epstein is
no. I want you to find that. Find that in the actual files that they released. Please.
And what year
that's what I'm saying.
happened?
Everybody's No. Remember what he just said. These most likely these are in the files, but he said not every story's been corroborated. Some of these are second, third hand accounts. We're not. Some of these people and some of these were
no. What I'm telling you is go into the actual files, do a find in page for Donald Trump's name, and find that. Because if it's a third party account of the original document, then I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give you a to be continued on that one, because think about how much pages I'm gonna have to go through.
Well, just do a find in page in the document,
bro. They're lying.
Here's one other thing.
People are posting what they see the most concerning.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. I'd also like to know what year that supposedly happened in, because they're also adding Elon Musk into that.
Right.
and
Yeah, I
that
know.
he
That's
was an
what.
elderly man. He and Trump did not start. Trump didn't even really.
Know
He
who he
knew
was.
of Elon, but he didn't know him like he does now until what, 2 years ago? And
Like,
they
Yep.
were 13 when it happened, but they're supposed to be adults now.
13, yeah, and this happened 13 years ago. Elon Musk wasn't an old
now,
man
guys, these
13
are
years
all
ago.
just witnesses accounts. All witnesses accounts is what they're posting right now. All of them. And it appears to be the most damning one. Like, which one was it right here? I think one of them showed that it came like right off the website.
And
Here.
honestly, the way it's written does not sound like someone.
No, I mean, remember, it's a witness testimony. These are witness testimonies. So they write it how they say it, pretty much, to the best of their ability. So
well, yeah,
I know. We don't want
the
to sit here and try to cast doubt on it, but I always say, maintain an open mind and let's all do the research for ourselves. I'll be back tomorrow with a little bit more on it, of course, but
yeah,
I got to do my due diligence and look through this because remember, these are all witness testimonies. Most of these have not been corroborated or they were not able to follow up due to holes in the story or information that they was unable to get.
yeah,
But
there's a lot of holes
this
to
was
that
being
one.
said.
Is in 302s, what they call 302s, which are essentially witness statements, and anyone can make any allegations. The FBI takes it down, and then it takes time
Gamer wants in
to try to verify whether any of that stands. And so that appears to what have been to what has happened here. And what's notable here is that there's some of them that have very salacious accusations about the president. And again, a lot of them are unverified at all by the FBI.
See?
It appears that at least a couple of the documents that we're talking about here have been removed since they were posted earlier by the Justice Department. We don't know why that is. They've done this in previous tranches that they've released. But look, I mean, we know that Jeffrey Epstein and the President of the United States were friends, that they were close friends for a period, and then they had a falling out. The president has described that over the number of years. And he's also said repeatedly that he had nothing to do and did not know anything about these, about the activities, the illegal activities of Jeffrey Epstein with underage girls. And so that's what's notable. One of the notable things, a lot of these documents, 3.5 million documents in all that have been released in all of the Justice Department's work here. They've had hundreds of lawyers over the last few weeks who've been focused only on this, leaving behind all their other work to try to meet this deadline, which of course they've blown past by a number of weeks. And so we are still going through a lot of these documents. Some of them are things we've seen before, including things related to the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Of course, she was convicted in 2022 for being associated with some of these crimes. And so we're still going through a lot of these documents to see what else we learn in here. There was also some allegations about Bill Clinton. A lot of Bill Clinton mentions here, including someone who was his former White House counsel.
All right, so I went ahead and looked up the court documents, and I did have to verify if I was 18 or not. So we're going to take you to your justice.gov/Epstein/court records is what you want to go to. Just the court records, guys, after you verify that you're 18. But yes, as you see, it's like all the court cases. Brian versus Indike. I heard of this guy. Okay, Epstein, civil. It looked like civil legislation. Epstein, Florida holdings. Some legal cases that involve certain businesses and all this good stuff. But these are all coming from court records. These are all court records here. I mean, as you see, look, Farmer, Epstein versus Rothenstein, Epstein versus Edwards, Edwards versus Maxwell, Doe versus United States. These are all court cases that are related to, the Epstein files. And that's pretty much, I believe, what we were reading on X were these court files. So, I mean, extensive, is it not? And then if you want to go into these, court with more than 100 associated documents displayed, why not? Why not? See you here. Let's go to PDF 1, and there we go. That's pretty much, if you just want to go straight down and read it all the way down, this is what I'm going to have to do. All right, guys, let's go back. Now that I'm just looking about the reading I might have to do.
Makes reference to Jeffrey Epstein. She worked as a lawyer, apparently for Jeffrey Epstein.
I'll help you with the reading set.
Pause it real quick. So
I will
first
too.
of all, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Hey, gamer.
So I will say one thing: a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense because when you look at let's start off with the Elon Musk allegation because that's the linchpin. Elon Musk is from South Africa, and if you
Yep.
look up when he got his citizenship and when SpaceX actually started taking off, that would have been in like the late
Well,
2000s,
the
like,
court documents doesn't really tell us when this was.
and this is why I have a skepticism because in every other court document prior to that, they all had. And I'm not, shilling or trying to run defense. I'm looking at it purely from like a legal.
Well, I would avoid making any comment on that until we did the extensive research, because let's be real. Remember, it was a clip. So let's wait until we find the actual court document, got the date on it, and then we can start lining things up. Because we don't even know the date for you to be saying that. Just saying.
Well, I think that's what he's kind of saying, is that we don't know the date.
Right. And then for people to be running with this stuff, there's way too many holes. There's a lot of stuff that just straight up doesn't make any sense, because people also need to take into consideration that this is also, you have to line up the dates with geolocation, and people that call themselves,
you have no dates.
Right. And that's what I'm getting at, is people, online are being these freaking YouTube university detectives without taking into consideration, do the dates and times match geographical location? Because if it's a date and a time that, and I'm not saying just for Trump, I'm saying for anybody, like anybody that could be accused of this type of stuff, what people are being accused of, like, if.
But all right, we're gonna keep it going though. Let's get back to the video.
So there's a lot of political figures associated with Epstein, which is not surprising given the company that he kept.
Evan, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
The Justice Department is in the process of releasing its remaining files related to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. We're now hearing from some Epstein survivors, though, who say their names appear unredacted throughout the documents, despite assurances directly from DOJ that no personally identifiable information about victims would be released. Joining us now, an attorney who represents 11 of Epstein's accusers, Eric Fudali. Eric, thank you so much for being with us. The documents that were released today include some 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, 180,000 images as well. Is that, to your knowledge, everything DOJ has in its possession?
Absolutely not. No, it's not everything. And even what has been produced still has redactions. There are some very alarming statements from the Department of Justice today discussing what they've withheld and what they've redacted. And most alarming was they cited attorney-client privilege and ongoing investigations. The problem with that is there's no oversight. We just have to trust that everything they're withholding is in fact attorney-client privilege. And attorney-client privilege is very nuanced and very difficult, especially when you're dealing with prosecutors who technically don't really have clients other than the government. So again, it's very convoluted. Also, ongoing investigations. You could say anything's an ongoing investigation and then withhold. That's what's so frustrating and so alarming about this. And that's why the congressmen have requested some of the federal judges in New York who have overseen the Epstein cases to appoint a special overseer to oversee this production and make sure that it's being done in compliance with the law. We're actually filing some amicus briefs and letters to those judges on behalf of my clients as we speak, because that's what needs to happen. There needs to be oversight.
When you hear that there are survivors out there saying that they have read their names, even Jane Doe's, that they have read their names in these documents, I mean, what does that tell you about the process, the review process to put these documents out there?
It's really concerning. And really what's so baffling about this is, on one hand, it's a cover-up, but on the other hand, it's incompetence. So you have this combination, this sort of like perfect storm of trying to cover up what they don't want people to see, but then accidentally covering up what they shouldn't allow people to see, or accidentally showing people what they shouldn't see. I mean, this is just, I don't know if I've ever seen in the history of this Epstein case, or really anything, such sheer incompetence and such an obvious and robust effort to cover things up and withhold things from the public. But the fact that after all these redactions, all this time, we're almost a month and a half past the deadline for which all the documents were supposed to be produced, that they're still producing documents that are not fully redacted. I saw that I heard there was a driver's license that showed a survivor's name. I mean, it's just, it's incomprehensible how poor a job and how this has been handled.
Wait,
I
stop.
can predict.
Stop. So everybody and their fucking mother has been bitching and moaning that the Epstein files haven't been released, and you fucking pass a law. Just because you declare something happened does not mean it fucking happens. First of all, there's 3 million documents. Someone turn their mic off. Whoever has their mic on, turn it off, because I hate hearing myself echo.
Go ahead.
So they have 3 million documents to go through. There are what, 40,000 federal employees of every shape, size, and color? Even if you had every single federal employee working on this, from the person, like every single one of them, that 3 million documents. And you're telling me you demand them to be released on this date, and it gets released, and now it's, oh, people's names are in them. Oh my God. What did you expect to happen when you tried to rush this? We've been telling you for months, hey, maybe we should do things to protect victims' names. Maybe we should not rush into this. Yeah, we all want to be curious and see, because it's, it's a public interest matter. But now that's going to be the stance you take. Oh, they have people's names in there. So what?
Yeah,
So
I
what?
agree.
So,
Hey, well, hold on,
the
guys. Now they
reason
were complaining about, oh, get it out, get it out, get it out. And Mike Johnson was the same person, was one of the few going if we release this, there might be some mistakes made. Now that these mistakes were made, now you guys are complaining when you guys were pre-warned. Okay.
this is why I have a hard time believing that it's really about the Epstein files. Yeah, I do want to know whose name is in those files, because those sick bastards need to be brought to justice. Even though, let's be real, and I hate saying this, we all know that those big fish ain't never gonna get pulled out of the freaking ocean. I hate to say it, I hate to burst people's bubbles, but that's just the sad reality. If
And
it does come to pass, then I'll gladly say I'll eat a dick on that one. But let's be real.
I went through and did a find in page on every single one of those documents so far. Not like the files, and I haven't found Elon Musk's name in them.
I mean, these new ones, man. I mean,
No, I'm in the new ones. I'm on the DOJ's website in the background, going
Yeah.
through,
court
opening things
files.
up, just doing a simple find in page, and I'll type in Elon, and his name's not popping up.